I'm Mike Wilkins, president of MJ Wilkins Consulting. I want to talk to you a little about how to call on big retailers. I think the first thing that you need when you're doing any project is the knowledge. So there's a lot of research that you should do beforehand. The research should be going onto the retailer's website, visiting stores, reading their earnings calls, and understand exactly how many stores and what the volumes that these stores are doing. So I think the first step is research. The second step that you need to take is to understand your items and what's your point of differentiation, that your reason for being in their stores. So you need to look at the competitors' items in the categories that you participate in, and then figure out which items you think are right for that retailer. The third step as you go through the process is to contact the retailer and to get an appointment. Keep in mind when you're getting this, after you get the appointment, is to keep the concise. You don't want big decks. You want decks that are going to be very laser and focused, and you want to have conversation. And part of your presentation, you have to listen because they'll guide you to where they think your products need to be. There's a lot of things to consider, and there's when you're presenting, it's case pack, it's how many stores, it's the projection volume. Keep them all in mind as you talk to the retailer. The next piece is to do a follow-up. And when you're doing a follow-up, make sure it's a single follow-up and a concise, answering all the questions, and it's promptly done. So, because the retailer will then judge the amount of your enthusiasm for getting in by the thoroughness, the speed at which you operate, and getting the information and all the follow-ups back to them. And then you have to then understand how to communicate with the buyer on an ongoing basis. Is it through emails or calls? What's their preferred method? And what's the timeline that you should connect with them to get their decisions on your product? If your product is accepted, then it's when the internal workings of your company to get prepared for the volume that they ship is critical. So to talk to the buyer and make sure that they understand the projections that they have and you are aligned, so that you ship 100% their order on time for the initial set, because that's critical to your long-term success. And then always monitor your business and make the adjustments and have frank, honest conversations with the buyer. But remember, the buyer's time is very valuable. They've got a lot of hats to wear in their organization. They have a lot of vendors that want to come in and take your space on the shelf. So make sure you're monitoring your sales and you're continuing to grow your sales year over year in their comp store sales in order to stay in those retailers once you get in there. So good selling and the best of luck.